Millions of years ago, the mountains, canyons and valleys were formed in Meghalaya. Tectonic movement resulted in a rugged landscape that were a challenge to the early settlers. In course of time, the tribe inhabiting these valleys and mountains adapted to the land and made it their home. It was a home that was blessed with abundant resources, a land that has captivated all by its raw beauty. We were on an epic journey to a village that was nestled amidst a lush green rainforest far away from the towns and cities. A first stop was the Mokdok Bridge, the gateway to Cherrapunji, where we grabbed a quick bite of puris and sabji. The drive took us through the most scenic countryside before we reached Cherrapunji town, better known as Sora. Situated on a plateau overlooking the plains of Bangladesh, Cherrapunji, besides being world famous for its heavy rainfall, is also known for its heritage. It is the birthplace of the Khasi alphabet as well as the site of the oldest church in the northeast of India. Sora is a major tourist destination known for its natural beauty, including waterfalls, caves and trekking trails. From Sora, we continue on an onward journey through Maumlo village, known for the Maumlo Chera Cement Company. Established in 1955, the chimney stacks of the cement factory dominate the Maumlo skyline. From the Sora plateau, we start descending a narrow road cut across the side of the mountain, and after 40 minutes, we reach Tirna village. The Meghalaya tourism signage on the side of the road welcomes us as we enter the village road. We were onto something unique today, a village about 4 kilometers from Tirna that is a favorite destination for visitors from across the world. The clean and tidy village road of Tirna was impressive. So we are in Tirna now, and behind me you can see Nongriat village. I'm about to start a journey of more than 3,000 steps, but before that I have something special to show you. The courtyards had fruit trees and there were also coffee shrubs besides the road. We walked across to one of the plants and plucked some of the coffee beans out of curiosity. I tasted a few cherries and they had a sweet taste to it. Recently, a local entrepreneur had got into the work of buying the coffee beans from the local farmers and started producing the Arabica and Robusta variety of coffee. The coffee here grows wild and the villagers have been known to collect the coffee beans and use them in the past. With a growing demand for coffee, the future looks promising for the coffee drinking culture in Meghalaya. I could do with a hot cup of cappuccino, but for now we have some 3,000 steps to walk all the way to our village destination, Nongriat village, home to the only double-decker root bridge on planet Earth. The bridge, made from the roots of the Ficus elastica tree, has become a symbol and brand ambassador for Meghalaya tourism. We started our trek along with other visitors, moving at a moderate pace down the tree-lined footpath. "3,500 steps is not an easy task for travelers not used to trekking or walking this kind of terrain. But the idea of getting immersed in the greenery and the beautiful location makes you forget the pain." We stopped by the long route bridge in Nongtamai village on the way to Nongriat. It was a 3 minutes detour across orange orchards and honeybee hives. There was a lady manning the gate where visitors to the route bridge were asked to pay a fee of 10 rupees. It was a small sum to see one of man's ingenious inventions. The 30-meter root bridge was a tangled mass of ficus roots. The main deck was narrow and well supported on both sides by suspended roots and an anchorage that bound itself to the huge boulders on the river's edge. We are halfway towards Nongriat village and we are standing in one of the root bridges. These are the only means of communicating to the fields for the villagers across these torrential streams. We had to move on faster as we wanted to complete a visit before dark. There were another 2 to 3 bridges to cross before reaching Nongriat. The villagers depended on these bridges for their day-to-day activities. These suspended passages were the lifeline of Nongriat village. The narrow iron bridge across the river has helped the villagers and connected them to the outside world. Without these bridges, it would have been difficult for the people here to cross the mountain streams. I enjoyed the walk across the shaky bridge, and this was very much part of the overall journey and experience of the trek to Nongriat. Nongriat village is all about the God-given natural beauty and man's effort to maintain a good balance between living off the land and protecting the environment. Apparently, with a small population, there is no threat to the ecosystem. It was never boring, this walk, as we climbed some steps to get across to the other side of the hill and down to another river that flowed beside a sacred grove. This iron bridge was more sturdy and it was getting a paint job. Down below were clear blue river pools in between the rocks and boulders. It was an amazing sight with the rainforests looming on both sides of the bridge. The entrance to Nongriat village were a fleet of steps that we climbed with much enthusiasm, looking forward to the encounter with the famed double-decker route bridge. We crossed a smaller route bridge on the way, along with a group of students. With the growth in visitors and tourists throughout the years, Nongriat village has become a bohemian tourist destination. There are small shops and homestays that cater to the increasing number of guests. Now much of the village economy depends on tourism. The huts and houses, which in previous years were made from straw, bamboo and wood, have become concrete structures. There is definitely an increase in the income of the tourism stakeholders of the village. The cultivating of crops and other activities like beekeeping have continued and complement the tourism activities here. It is amazing to think that a single bridge made from the roots of a tree can transform a village. However, it is also the hospitality and friendly locals that have contributed much more to the success of tourism in Nongriat village. The organic and pure air, the environment surrounding the village are other major factors for its attractiveness. The setting of the Nongriat double-decker bridge is straight out of a fairy tale. It sits like royalty across a stream that tumbles down over smooth boulders to a pool nearby that is home to fishes swimming in its clear, pure waters. All around, the canopy provides good shade, cools the air and calms the nerves. It's a feeling of rejuvenation, a sense of accomplishment that one feels after trekking the 3,000 steps all the way to this green paradise.
It does not matter from which part of the world you belong to. Even in the remotest corners, man has built everlasting structures. This is one of the structures that will last for a long time. This is not a bridge. It's not merely a route bridge. This is creativity. This is innovation. This is a paradigm shift.
A paradigm shift in terms of aesthetics, which led to the creation of this wonderful
living architecture that has captured the imagination of every traveler who has made it this far. But surrounding the bridge, there has been some human intervention in the form of concrete structures, and one of them being a dam, which I personally felt that it does not complement the aesthetics of the place. But we still had to continue our walk, this time to a place on the foothills, which we had heard many stories about. We were on our way to the Rainbow Falls, a 1-hour trek from the double-decker bridge. It's a long walk across tree-lined footpaths and a football field and more stone steps. Apparently, we were the last, as of today, to be visiting the Rainbow Falls.
I think it's the most beautiful places all over India, and I'm here for almost 5 months, and this is the best place I visit.
We've just been to the Rainbow Falls and the double-decker root bridges, and it's so unexplored. I want more people to see it, but I don't want more people to see it. So.
It's a very beautiful place. I've taken drone shots. It looks unbelievably cool. I thought Bali was the best place to see waterfalls, but this place definitely surprised me.
We have come here for 8 people, and we are from Thailand.
We are from Germany. We have been here all day. Now quite tired getting home. We have seen the rainbow waterfall. It was quite nice. It's quite an effort.
We swim. We swim.
We really did it. It's a very good, clean, healthy place.
We continue and step up the pace to our destination. Another bridge is crossed, and another almost 50-meter root bridge, and that ends in a gateway-like structure with overhead roots like beams, forming horizontal tops. Responsible tourism is the need of the hour. Mass tourism is not for destinations like Nongriat. There has to be a fine balance of preserving a natural heritage and making inroads into exotic locations for the purpose of tourism. The root bridges must not be victims of irresponsible mass tourism and must be protected at all costs. It's some more climbing, and at this point I was wondering how much longer do we have to walk to see the falls. The weariness from the long trek was starting to have its effect. Finally, after an hour, we get to see the hidden Rainbow Falls cascading down to a blue pool of water at the bottom. It's a grand spectacle, a befitting tribute to the end of an epic journey across root bridges, river pools, organic villages, and a beautiful land. This is an amazing place. This is the Rainbow Falls. The Rainbow Falls is the last of a series of several waterfalls. Its name derived from the rainbow-like phenomenon created when the rays of the sun strike thousands of water droplets scattered from the rush of water. We were too late to catch the rainbow, but this amazing location was our pot of gold. We sat on our laurels for some time, letting the aesthetics of the place sink into us. But the sunset was just a few minutes away, and we started the return journey back to Nongriat and Tirna village. It was dark by the time we crossed the bridges. Using our torches, we climb and climb to finally reach the top at Tirna village.
I'm dripping in sweat. Literally, that was a breathtaking climb. Every village trail tells a story. This was an awesome story across steel bridges, root bridges, waterfalls, river pools. It's dark, but now I see the light. Kubale, until we see you again in another village.